Hello, everybody. We have just had a massive collapse in the stock markets globally because of Donald Trump's tariffs. People are blaming Donald Trump's tariffs. The collapse was already going to happen regardless, and the collapse was going to happen whether he put those tariffs on or not. And my point of view is that those tariffs helped us to crash the market faster so that you guys watching this video right now can get rich. It is the 7th of April 2025. It is 6 a.m. in the morning on Wall Street. We have 3 hours until the markets open. Gold has just finished a massive bull run. I'm going to just call the top. The S&P 500 has collapsed. Last time the S&P 500 collapsed was 2021, and it grinded down because of COVID for 11 months. If you had bought in at that bottom, you'll be rich right now. I would say after the collapse that we've had recently and Wall Street opening in 3 hours, if you are sitting on the sidelines right now, this is your chance to buy stocks. Buy. When there's blood on the streets, it is time to buy. Things are going to change rapidly, and I'm just going to call the bottom. Now's the time to be buying stocks. I know the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the Australian stock market have all been decimated. If you're an Australian right now and you've got money in the bank, now's your chance. I'm just saying it right now. Now's not the time to be selling. Now's the time to be buying. Now, if you have lost money already, now's the time to hold and wait. Now, in 3 hours' time, Wall Street's going to open, and we don't know what they're going to do. This is part of the manipulation of the stock market. We don't know what these guys are doing. They're loading up their trades as we speak, and we don't know whether they're going to go up or down. Only the people on the inside know. And there will be a lot of wealthy people on the inside that would know what is going to happen. If the market dumps and you're sitting there and you're thinking of buying, you're thinking of getting into the market, even better time to buy. If the market pumps, time to buy. So as far as I'm concerned, if you wanted to, you could wait until Wall Street opens, wait an hour, see which way it's moving, and if it's dumping, wait a little bit longer, and then buy. But if it starts pumping, get your money in there the minute after you start seeing it moving. We've got 3 hours until Wall Street opens, and the market's been decimated. This is when people get rich. And the reason why the average person gets screwed is because of the forced 401ks. The people who, in Australia, most of you guys that are watching this, Australians, you got compulsory superannuation. The reason why they do that, the compulsory superannuation, is so that they can manipulate the market and steal your money. That's what they want. They want a large amount of cash put in one spot so that they can steal it. Now, what you need to do is look at the market right now and know very, very well that a lot of wealthy people have lost a lot of money right now. We need to be on the side of the wealthy people because they're the rich people. The rich people are the ones that are able to manipulate the market. They're the ones that control the media. They're the ones that are able to contact politicians, etc. They're the ones that have lost money right now. They're the ones that are putting a lot of pressure on the FOMC next month to lower interest rates, which is only going to make things worse for the middle class and lower classes. If you are in the middle class and you've got some cash, now's your time to act. If you're in the lower class, there's basically three messages. If you're wealthy right now, hold. And you got some more cash, throw it in. If you are middle class and part of your superannuation, your retirement fund has been decimated, if you got some more money in the bank, it's time to throw it in. Throw it in somewhere like the S&P 500. I wouldn't be messing with any Australian stocks if you could avoid it. The problem with the middle class at the moment, especially in Australia, is that their superannuation funds have just been raided. This collapse is not an accident, it's a raid on your retirement. The Australian dollar has collapsed, which is a raid on your ability to get the currency, get your wealth out of the country. You're trapped. And next year, something even more insidious is going to happen, because when they start lowering interest rates, property prices in 2026 are going to skyrocket again in Australia, creating more of a feudal system. And so what options do you have? Well, Wall Street opens in 3 hours' time. The wealthy have their cash there. The wealthy always look out for themselves. Wall Street opens in 3 hours' time. Watch it. If it dumps, wait for it to dump a little bit more, and then throw everything into the stocks. That's as far as I'm concerned. People are like, oh, this is investment advice. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. I'm just some guy on YouTube, and if you take my advice, well, it's up to you. But you have a look at the S&P 500, have a look at the Australian Stock Exchange, have a look at every stock exchange worldwide. Now, there's people out there that are saying that we could dump further. The rhetoric online is pumped by the wealthy. The wealthy want to buy back in. They want to get their cash in at the bottom. So at the very bottom, the media starts fear-mongering the middle class, because the wealthy feed off the middle class. So what's going to happen is you're going to be watching the mainstream media, which is manipulated by the wealthy, and you're going to fear that the market's going to continue to tank. And you're not going to buy anything, you're going to be scared, right? While the wealthy are buying. And as soon as it starts pumping, you're going to buy in above them. And so what happened was they raided your retirement right now. They raided it. And then on top of that, you buy in above them so that they get in beneath you. So you lose twice. And then third, 2026, property prices skyrocket again, because the wealthy are putting a lot of pressure on the FOMC to lower interest rates next month. Okay? Don't be looking to Europe, because Europe doesn't matter anymore. Their stock market doesn't matter. You might as well look at African stock markets if that matters to you. European stock markets are finished. You're looking at US denominated dollars stock markets, like US, maybe mess around in Asia somewhere. I don't know. I wouldn't be messing with Australia. Now, so basically, I'm calling for the people that follow me to somehow get some money together and get in there so that you don't get decimated more than everybody else. This is a buying opportunity. The fear-mongering out there is going to prevent most people from buying in at this point. I know it's scary to buy in at this point. They're also going to talk about the tariffs, but what has happened is the signaling around the tariffs is over, because the United States is buying products. Most of the countries like China and other countries that are going to retaliate, they're not buying so much from the United States. So therefore, even if they do retaliate, it's not going to be as damaging. The damage is already done, what I'm basically trying to say. So now's your opportunity. And that's why I made this video. You got 3 hours until the stock market opens, 3 hours to get your thoughts in order, get your emotions in order, and start thinking about it. I personally just entered. It's game on for me because we've just been decimated. So I've put my money where my mouth is, as we say. So, what's the worst case scenario at this point? Collapse even further, and then what the US president gets overthrown somehow because the entire stock market gets collapsed, and we go into some sort of a depression or something. Is that possible? I don't think so. I just don't think so. We're going into a higher liquidity part of the cycle. We're going into an easing part of the cycle where stocks should, in theory, start pumping. In theory. I know the cycle was messed around a little bit because Russia invaded Ukraine at the perfect time. It was just the sweet spot when the United States went into tightening. So there's less liquidity in the cycle. And Russia's invasion messed up the cycle a little bit. And this is why a lot of traders, a lot of investors are confused right now, because this is normally when they're buying. This is normally when it's pumping. All 2025 should have been a massive pump. Gold should have stopped moving last year, yet gold kept moving. So the cycle's been, in a way, elongated somehow. Gold, in theory, I think should stop in 3 hours. I think gold should start selling off more. That's my theory anyway. A lot of that cash should start going into the stock market. There'll be people making margin calls. There'll be people buying back in. They'll be selling other assets like gold, silver, whatever else they're holding, commodities, whatever. And then they'll be throwing it into the stock market, because when there's massive, you buy on red candles. You don't buy on green candles, right? Just common sense. And if you're out there and you can't afford to buy property, cost of living is getting out of control, but you've got enough money, you're a hard-working, middle-class Westerner, and you're thinking, how are you going to survive these, upcoming years? You can't buy property, you can't engage in the feudal system, inflation is hurting your local currency, your currency is getting decimated. All of these things are happening to fellow Australians of mine. The currency is getting decimated, the inflation is out of control, most people can't afford property anymore, but a lot of them are good, hard-working, honest people who are doing the right thing, paying their taxes unbelievably when they really shouldn't be. I know it sounds bad to say this publicly, but why are you paying taxes to a government that doesn't represent you in any way, shape or form? They only represent the elites, and the elites that are foreigners, they're foreign agents. Anyway, your only opportunity left is really engaging in the stock market, and it is where the wealthy have their cash. So they have an incentive to pump it. You might as well follow them over there. They're the ones that are rigging the market. So you might as well follow them and engage in that. I can't think of any other way. Apart from winning the lotto, you can go buy a lotto ticket. But I just thought I would leave this video out there and let everybody know, now's your chance. Stock market's been decimated, now's your chance. And if you're interested in what I'm posting privately in the members section, you can either support the channel or you can be an insider. Join this channel, become an insider. I'm in the members section, and I post videos privately in the members to paid members. I think it's only $10 a month. Anyway, I'll see you guys next one.